Hello friends, thanks for joining me for another watercolor tutorial. Today we will be learning how to paint these beautiful bokeh lights, which are perfect for the magical holiday season. So without further ado, let's quickly go over the supplies. I have provided a list of these supplies in the caption below. Since we will be doing the wet on wet technique, I recommend a high quality paper. I'll be using Arches 100% cotton cold pressed paper. This pad comes in 12 by 9 inches, but I'll be cutting it in half. Also some Scotch masking tape for taping the paper to my board, a towel for blotting excess water from my paintbrush, and a paper towel for doing some lifting and making the bokeh circles. 2 jars of water, one for dirty and one for clean. I'll be using 3 different brushes. The first one, I'll be using a size 8 mop brush for pre-wetting the background. I'll also be using a 3/4 inch flat brush for doing the background. And then finally, I'll be using a size 12 round brush for doing the bokeh circles. For my pigments, I'll be using Quinacridone Rose by Royal Talons, Ultraviolet Purple by Mi Hello Mission, and Prussian Blue by Daniel Smith. So let's swatch the colors. First, I'm using Quinacridone Rose, which is a pink color. You could also use a red or other pink shade. Next, I'll be using Ultraviolet Purple. Then I'll be using Prussian Blue, but you could also use Indigo or Cobalt Blue. And here you'll see that I am just mixing the purple and the Prussian blue. I just want to make sure that they make a nice, vibrant, purplish blue color. Okay, so let's do the first part of this painting. You'll see that I've taped my paper to my board on all 4 sides with my Scotch masking tape. And I'm going in with some clean water with my size 8 mop brush, just getting a nice even coat of clean water on that paper. We will be doing the wet on wet technique to get nice soft edges and get a nice blurry background. And now I'm going in with my flat brush with Quinacridone Rose. I'm just being very loose here and random, and I'm leaving plenty of white spots to indicate that bokeh light shining through. And then also continuing this process with my purple, letting the colors blend in, tilting my board to just kind of ease that process, and being really random, not overthinking anything over here, and just having lots of fun using plenty of water and paint. And here you're seeing me go in with a purple and Prussian blue mixture. Again, being random, not trying to cover up or overdo it. I want to leave plenty of white space, just being very random and just letting the colors flow together. And you can go in with the darker shade of that Quinacridone Rose and purple like I'm doing here. Again, you know, this is up to you, just being very random with the colors, not covering up those white spots. Okay, so before the paper and the paint dry on us, I'm going to start doing the background bokeh circles. And what I'm doing here is I'm using my damp size 12 mop brush, and I'm just going into the lighter areas and just making circular shapes with my brush and moving pretty quickly because I want the edges to be nice and soft for these background bokeh lights. We are going to be layering on more as the paper starts to dry a little bit more. So yeah, you can be pretty random here again with your brush, just making circles with the tip of your dampened clean water brush here while the paper is still wet. And you can tell that the paper here is starting to dry on me. So the circles that I'm doing here don't have as soft edges, but that's okay, because when you're looking at bokeh lights like in a photo, you'll see that some of the lights are blurry and some of them have more crisp edges. So that's okay. So this is intentional. If you find that it's coming out really splotchy, what I would do is I would just stop here and I would just let it dry and then move on to the next section. But if you find that it looks okay to you, you can continue with this process. But I think here I'm going to probably stop because some of the circles are looking a little bit streaky. So I'm going to let this dry and then move on to the next step. Okay, so now that I've let my paper completely dry, I'm going back in with a damp size 12 round brush, and I'm using clean water to make circles overlapping the circles in the background, and then using a scrunched up piece of paper towel to do some lifting of that color. And I'm just going to keep repeating this process, going in with clean water with my size 12 round brush, making circles, and then using my paper towel to lift up the paper. This is going to create brighter circles that look like they are closer to us. Okay guys, so that pretty much does it. After I'm satisfied with the amount of circles that I've done and I've come to a result that I am pleased with, I'm just gonna let everything dry and then remove the tape. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more tutorials like this, do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any upcoming tutorials. Thanks for joining me today and have a wonderful day.